Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you to everyone who's been waiting patiently for me to do some more videos for us. And yeah, it's been very busy in my corner and my channel's been very quiet. I apologize, but I just want to say first and foremost, thank you so much for being part of my soul family, part of my soul tribe. You are the backbone of this channel, and I value each and every one of you. From my heart to your heart, a big hello and a warm fuzzy hug. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new to my channel and you like how I read, please subscribe, hit the like button, share, also hit the bell so you can get notifications. And everything that you need to know about me is in the drop box below. I do personal readings. I do them online via Skype. I've been reading international since 2015. Um, I do Skype, I do Messenger, I do email. As I said, if you need to get a hold of me for readings, my fees are affordable, and I have PayPal facilities, and I can help you out if you need clarity. So remember, this is a general reading, and this is just a tune in into the divine feminine and divine masculine. So this is not man woman. Okay, so it doesn't matter what your sexual orientation is. That's not featured in these readings, and also this reading is timeless. So we're checking into the feminine reading, where the feminine is at, and where the masculine is at, and what is unfolding between the feminine and the masculine at this point in time. Remember, if the story doesn't resonate, this is a general reading, then the story isn't for you. There will be a storyline. In other words, if something in this reading doesn't resonate with you, and if you'll know this is not what's happening with me at this point in time, this reading is not for you. What else? Readings can be flipped. In other words, so your person's information may come through. You might feel like the information coming through is more relevant to your person rather than you, and so forth and so on. So if you have any questions, please ask, please connect, leave me comments, give me feedback on my readings. I love you all. Let's jump in. I'm using my Rider-Waite deck, the Radiant Rider-Waite to be specific, and let's have a look what is happening in the connection. So we have the moon for the feminine. I feel the feminine is diving deep into emotions. I also want to say, for the record, we are going into our first lunar cycle for this year. We will be having a lunar eclipse at 4 degrees Sagittarius on the 26th of May, and then we will have a solar eclipse at 19 degrees Gemini on the 10th of June. And just because the moon came up here, I feel like there is, for the feminine, a change coming concerning her emotional state, how she processes emotions, her awareness of her emotions. I sense that there's a lot of I feel frustration to some point, because the path for this connection has been so murky, unclear. When we go through dark night of the soul, when our divine masculines trigger us to heal emotionally, we do dive into the depths of our emotional wounds to be able to heal them. And I feel like, once again, the feminine in this energy coming in for this lunar eclipse is having a closer look at her emotions and the depth of the emotions, and she's becoming consciously aware of how she expresses emotions, how she deals with her frustrations, her fears, the things that she feels is not clear, situations, even doesn't even just all have to be emotions, but could be consciously aware of her path in this connection, not knowing what is the point of all of this, when is it ever going to end, are we ever going to get together, am I going to be alone, for all my life, am I going to have to do this road all by myself? So I feel like these are all questions that's coming up, and how does she feel about that? What does it do to her emotionally when her thoughts start to meander around and down, darker paths? When it comes to her feelings, the feminine feels like she has sacrificed a lot. I feel the feminine feels like she's hanging in limbo. She's just been hanging and waiting, and nothing's happening, and maybe even feels stuck in a place where she feels emotionally battered, and trying to understand and develop emotional intelligence, trying to understand her heart, trying to understand the battle between her mind and her heart. There's a lot of water coming in for the feminine, which I feel is very much in resonance with the feminine energy. We have the moon, which to me is Scorpio and Pisces and Cancer. And then we have the hanged man for feelings. I feel for the biggest part of the connection that she has with her masculine, she has not had a lot of opportunities to express how she feels. She has not been given a lot of opportunities or been invited by her masculine to, express herself with self-expression, which I feel is kind of causing blocks when it comes to process emotions and thoughts, because these emotions, when it comes to the divine feminine and masculine energies, they are so deep, they are so spiritual, and this is both deep, very deep spiritual emotions that the feminine is aware of, and she feels like she's caught up in it with no way to express it, because I feel that in most cases the masculine will not be in contact with the feminine, that there is a separation, that they have no contact with each other. And yet, even though the feminine is being taken in a direction to search and understand her deeper, darker emotions, her shadow side, or do some shadow work, the more enlightened she becomes. I feel the feminine has come to a point where she's starting to surrender to the process of dealing with her shadow self when it comes to this connection. And she's starting to become enlightened about her own inner processes and her, how do I say it, the inner processes and her responsibility in this connection. The feminine is coming up very strong. It's like she's got all majors here. And coming up as the emperor in taking actions, I feel the feminine is accessing her masculine energy in order to lay down healthy boundaries in her relationship with the masculine. The feminine, I feel, has been around the block. She's gained a lot of experiences for however long she's been in this connection, and it's taken her from a point of feeling alone, rejected, frustrated, depressed, afraid, unsure, to being enlightened and starting to understand the energy between her and a masculine, and then also stepping into her masculine, because the hanged man is kind of like a feminine energy in the way that it surrenders, which is what feminine energy does. And I find it ironic that the hanged man is exhibiting a feminine energy in the heart center of the feminine. And then she comes out as the emperor. She's, even though in her mind she may have some fears and anxieties and feel unsure about the connection, when it comes to taking action, she has no fears. Okay, so her exterior is very strong, and it's kind of like a very hard exterior shell that the feminine is using to protect herself at this point in time. She's taking strong action. She has healthy boundaries. She's in control of her life. To a larger extent, this feminine feels that she had to start to wear the pants in the connection, or she had to come out stronger in a masculine energy because of the absence of her masculine in her life. She had to step up and become the masculine, to be able to bring balance into her life, because that is what we kind of do, isn't it? We have, but the divine feminine has masculine and feminine energy, and the divine masculine has masculine and feminine energy as well. So it's finding the balance between the two as an individual. But I feel the feminine in this case has felt the absence of her masculine so much that she's starting to go into her masculine energy more and more to try and compensate for his absence in her life, which makes her, on an exterior level, come across as a very strong person, with strong boundaries, knows what she wants. She's take charge. She's stepping into leadership roles. She's taking on extra responsibility. This could be in her work, could be in her private life. Um, this could be taking on responsibility, anything from um, buying a car to real estate to taking responsibility for even, parents or other people who are less fortunate than she is. And I feel she's taking on this responsibility as well, extra responsibility on top of her own responsibility, to kind of fill the void. I feel this energy is very void like. She feels the absence of a masculine, and she's trying to make up for that. The masculine, on the other hand, is looking at this connection from his heart, and feels that when it comes to the awareness, I feel like the masculine is becoming aware of this connection from an open hearted point of view in his mind. In his mind, he knows that this connection has been a something that enriched his life in some way, shape, or form, with all the trauma and the drama and the deep shadow work and triggers that everyone has to deal with in these connections. The masculine is in a better place, I feel, this for this reading during this time. Remember, these readings are timeless. Whenever you get to see this reading, that is when you're meant to receive it. The masculine is connecting to his heart, he's connecting to his passion. We have the King of Wands, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and he's coming with a cup of love, but he's not quite ready to share that. I feel like when it comes to the masculine, there's a lot of people playing, um, taking up his time. There are people that's on his mind. I feel he's thinking of his feminine. His feminine is someone who he knows is generous, reliable, loyal, steadfast, salt of the earth kind of woman. Someone who knows how to take responsibility. Someone who can be, very quiet and a good listener. He experiences his feminine as someone who he can lean on. who's always there for him no matter what's happened. So I feel that the masculine is starting to wake up to the fact as to who his feminine is. Um, Emotionally, the masculine is, he does feel passion for his feminine. I feel he's very much aware of wanting to be with her in a passionate way. I feel like his feelings is very hot. He is ready to express his love. And I feel like the feminine has been so drawn into her own situation, caught up in her own situation, basically giving up hope in a way, just so, well, I can't do these emotions, these cycles of emotions of up and down, and um, I have to surrender. I have to come out of crisis, and I have to surrender and take control of the situation when it comes to how this connection affects me mentally and emotionally. The masculine, on the other hand, is someone who's very confident in this connection. He's ready to take action. He's maybe even traveling. I feel like if there isn't contact, if they are in separation, that the masculine is focusing on what gets him excited in life. He's investing his heart and his passions in situations, hobbies, career that is, gets him fired up and inspired. I feel like the masculine at this point in time is also traveling, not necessarily abroad, but maybe even, just in the country doing local journeys. The feminine, definitely, I feel like because the feminine has pulled back energetically in this connection, it is like the masculine is doing a double take, like, what? Because we're all connected in the ethereal to our masculines and our feminines. So, because the feminine has been pulling back, and she's kind of doing her own thing and trying to fill the boots, so to speak, of the absent masculine in her life. She's pulled back and she's using all her energy just for her, and she's not reaching out energetically to the masculine. The masculine is like doing a double take. What's happening here? I don't, what's happening? What is happening indeed? Angels are working, they say it's time. These two need to get together, it's time. The feminine is going, I feel, through the grinder at this point in time. I think the feminine is really, really feeling it. The masculine, on the other hand, I feel is in a better place. I do feel that there is, if there is separation, that there is communication coming up between the masculine and feminine. And the timing for this, remember, this reading is timeless, but as this reading goes, I would say timing for this is round about 21st May to 21st June. We have Gemini here. That even if you do get together and there is a conversation and a communication of some kind coming in, whether it's through text or face-to-face meeting, someone bumping into each other accidentally, or hearing news via family, or connections that you may share, hearing news. We always get updates and news from people around us concerning our divine masculines and feminines. That the timing of that news is going to be impeccable. I feel if the feminine is at this point in time ready to throw in the towel, she is on the brink of getting energy to revitalize her to step back into this connection. It's time to be happy. We have the Ten of Cups. I also feel if either the masculine or the feminine is in a relationship, if there's a three-party situation, which it's almost par for the course for these connections. If there's a three-party situation, that that situation is coming to an end. Even if your person seems to be very happy in a connection that they are in or a relationship, then it's about to end. We have the Ten of Cups. After the Ten of Cups comes the Ace. Ten of Cups is extreme happiness, but it's also the end of happiness. So I feel for end of third party situations, well, even though I don't have any third party cards here, but because I know that the runner is forever going into relationships and which doesn't suit their vibration, there's 9 out of 10 times a third party situation going on anyway. So you can expect happy news. And I also feel for the feminine, she may actually be at a point where she needs to decide whether she wants to hang around some more or whether she wants to, maybe pursue something else. Another relationship, not a divine relationship. I feel like that is coming up for some of the divine feminines that they say, well, there's nothing more to do here. I've just been hanging and waiting, and I've just been watching my life go by. Life is passing me by while I'm just hanging here. But the masculine, on the other hand, he's been, having a better time. So we have the Queen of Swords coming in, and the Queen of Swords is someone who speaks the truth. This is someone who looks at things from an intellectual point of view, and she's looking at the facts. She's not ruled by emotions. And I feel like the feminine here is, in a mood to cut things out that doesn't serve her anymore. Some of the feminines will be becoming enlightened about the connection and understand the connection better. But I feel like some feminines who's been through the ringer and they really feel like they can't do these connections anymore may feel like they want to cut the connection with their masculines. For some of you, if you reason that sometimes you feel so used and abused in these connections that you feel like I just can't do this anymore. Like it's just too much. Okay, let's dig in. It's going to be a long reading, folks. So why is the moon here? Why is there so much frustration for the feminine? There's fear. There's it's darkness. The moon. It's a depth of emotions. It's like almost drowning. Almost drowning in my emotions. Yeah, you see, she's reevaluating. I don't really read reversals, but she's reevaluating about how things have played out. All her happy dreams has turned to dust, like the twin flame that she thought it was. He's still not here. She's been waiting for 7 years, 7 months. Anyway, she's been waiting for a long time. She feels like it's been freaking dragging on forever, and this isn't coming. This still hasn't manifested. So that's where the darkness comes from, because without the masculine, it kind of we feel a bit lost. So why is the Hangman here? Just see where this card fell, okay? I'm looking to the Hangman now. But the Queen of Swords also has something to say. Yeah, see, the Hangman's like just hanging there because I can't see where this is going anymore. I'm just hanging here. So the feminine is going through the ring. What does the Queen have to say? I would really like to move forward, but I can't. Eight of Cups reversed is struggling to move forward, struggling or feeling like I've been stuck in this connection for so long without any reward that I feel I'm in the mood to cut my losses and move on. But it's very difficult. I feel like the feminine thinks about it. She thinks about throwing in the towel. But it's not that easy to do because, as you know, these energetic connections are they're something else. Totally something else. So the feminine is, she's putting her emperor strong face, dominant energy on her brave face on for the world, because she's an actual fact just trying to recover from all the uncertainty. She's trying to put on a brave face in the face of uncertainty, of not knowing, can't see where this is going. Is this ever going to happen? There's nothing I can do anymore. I've done it all. I've said it all. My masculine may not have given me the opportunity even to do or say something because he's been running so hard. And she's just trying to, recover from this and stay strong. That's why she puts on a brave face, is because there's a part of her that really needs to rest and recover and heal her heart. But there's a part of her that also doesn't want to give up. So I feel like there's some sort of internal conflict with the feminine going on, with really facing deep emotions concerning, internal conflict in this connection. This is a heavy reading, folks. I'm sorry. But we do have the Lovers here. We do have the Ten of Cups. And we do have someone who wants an honest conversation. Okay, needing to make a decision about this connection, because that's what the Lovers is. But there's an angel here saying it's time. It's time to be happy. Time to get together. It's time to have a conversation. Okay, so Queen of Pentacles. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here for the masculine? Because he's showing heart. He's showing that he values the Queen, his Queen. But for some other reason, he hasn't spoken to the feminine. Yeah, I see. So we have the Four of Cups and... Hi, Kitty. Kitty says hello. I feel the masculine is trying to recover from a situation in the past where he knows that he had rejected. I feel in this case, the masculine had rejected his feminine because of his inability to take positive action towards her. And when you hesitate in taking action in a connection, then sometimes that connection goes into a direction that you feel, it could have been different if I said something. It could have been different if I've done something, if I've done something and not just allow things to happen the way it did. If I had been more in control, take charge, say what I wanted to say, but especially do. So I feel that the masculine knows that in the past he had let an opportunity go by because he didn't take action. And he knows because he didn't take action that he had lost an opportunity to be with a woman who was really there for him. So we have the King of Wands for feelings, and the masculine is really feeling passion for the feminine. He feels like he wants to be her man, but the feminine are blissfully unaware because the masculine hasn't been taking action. Why? Why do we have the King of Wands here, please? Why is the King of Wands here? He's looking towards the feminine. He wants attention. He hasn't done anything. He's still thinking about it. Why is... Okay. Yeah, he wants to build. I think the masculine also has his own demons to... his own demons. Right. Inability to communicate. I think the masculine is all in his head. I feel like he may fantasize quite a bit about the feminine, but he doesn't. He's stressing about feelings. He's stressing about the way that he didn't take action in the past, and if he takes action now, that he's kind of afraid that he would be coming on too strong, and that he would muck things up. In his feelings, I feel his feelings has grown for the feminine over time, and he's coming from a place where he had to take some time to figure out exactly what he feels for the feminine, because I feel in this case a connection, there was so much going on with the masculine. He may have struggled with depression, he may have struggled with a lot of other things that caused him stress, and he didn't have time to tune into his heart center, to be able to have a decent conversation with the feminine, to clear, to come to a clear understanding about the connection. So I really look at this. The masculine was stressing just as hard as the feminine, but the feminine was unaware of what the masculine had to deal with, because he wasn't talking, he wasn't doing, he wasn't saying anything, even though he has all this these he didn't know what the right action was to take, even though he could see the potential of how they could build together. He knows that this, on heart level, he knows that this is a beautiful, stable, safe connection where his heart would be, um, inspired and feeling safe with his feminine to be able to build with her. They're building a cathedral together. So he knows that his feelings for his feminine is not just feelings of love or passion. It is also a very spiritual feeling. He knows that the depth of his feelings is more than just, lust, so to speak. And he wants to build with her, but it's stressing him out because he doesn't know how to fix this. But the angels, yeah, there we go. We have the page. So he's fixing to communicate to his feminine, apologizing. Not quite ready, because we have the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups together. So there might be small messages or indications coming from the masculine. An apology to say, listen, I didn't take action when I should have taken action. I was stressing about other things. I was struggling with, mental health, maybe. And I didn't know what to do or what to say at that point in time. Just one more card here. Yeah, you see, it's the end. He wants to end the situation of inaction. And I feel like the time is nigh for the divine masculine to take action towards his feminine, to create an opportunity to have a conversation, reach out. And this is the angel stepping in to help. So why is the Lovers here? Because this is what's coming in, I feel, in the month of Gemini, or in the Gemini. Okay. So there's going to be conversation about someone, I feel like either the masculine or the feminine, so put this where it fits, have been stuck in a toxic connection with maybe a third party situation. That could be one of the scenarios, and that situation is changing, where they're clearing up their act, they're cleaning up, and they want to come out of toxic relationships and toxic situations that is not good for them, and they know now what the difference is between a toxic connection and what a divine connection is. Okay, because we have two twin flame, we've got the Lovers and we have the Wands here. So okay, we've got the Four of Wands. Sorry, I should have put the cards out a little bit this way. So we have, this is twin flame energy with a delay. Okay, there's a delay here. It could be a timing thing. But I feel like either, if it's not a third party situation, someone is dealing with mental health issues, or they are dealing with addiction. And they've taken steps to change that. And this third party situation, the addiction or the toxic behavioral patterns, was the influence that caused the masculine so much inner stresses that he couldn't connect properly with his divine feminine, and that's changing. That's why the Lovers are here, is because we're going from the toxic feeling stuck in a situation that doesn't serve us to a beautiful connection. The both the I feel the masculine knows that this is his divine feminine. He knows what the difference is now. Okay, so I'm going to the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups. Why is the Ten of Cups here? Okay. So we have the Two of Pentacles and we have the Hierophant. So I feel like in spite of someone going to and fro, can't seem to make up their mind whether they want to be in or out. You know, do I want to commit myself to this connection or not? Do I, I first want to create stability in my life. You know, there's this instability, whether it is inner conflict of whether they want to commit or not, whether it's a financial situation where they feel they don't have much to offer, whether it's a self-confidence kind of thing. I feel like with the masculine, their confidence might have struggled a bit because the Ace of Wands is reversed here. So the masculine outgoing energy was turned inward, so that the masculine's confidence was suffering a bit, and they were going to and fro. But I feel like that's the end because we have the Emperor that came out after the Two of Pentacles, which means that we're going from a situation where we can't seem to decide about matters of the heart, but we want to create stability, and we have the answer. We know now who is important in our life. We know, and I like how we have the Hierophant there, and then we have Queen of Pentacles, which is Taurus, Capricorn. This is Taurus, and this is Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy. So the energy between the masculine and the feminine is becoming more stable and positive. That's what I can say off the bat from there. Whatever the struggles have been on both ends for the masculine and the feminine, the energy is starting to level out. It's starting to come together. We have the Wheel of Fortune here, which is destiny. It's destiny for the divine masculine and feminine to be together in spite of all the obstacles and challenges that each had to face by themselves most of the time. So why is the Queen of Swords here? Because Queen of Swords is a very dangerous woman. She likes to cut things out and off, you know what I mean? If it's not physically, it's definitely verbally. And she's looking at things objectively. She's like, well, you know, we have to get real. No more pie in the sky, no more dreams. I want to have a sober take on this. Just give it to me straight, you know, don't dress it up. No frills, no fuss. I just want the straight truth. And here we go. I think we have the King of Cups and we have the Ten of Pentacles. So I do feel that for some masculine feminines that there is a long-term commitment coming, a long-term commitment offer coming. There's an apology coming as well. There's a masculine who's listening to what a feminine has to say. And I feel like the feminine is someone who's been through, you know, quite a few relationships where those relationships have left her, you know, with the defenses quite high. But the masculine is saying, you know, in spite being emotionally available to her, is saying, this is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. He's basically saying that in spite of everything that had happened, and maybe, you know, I didn't do right by you, he's willing to apologize. We have the Page of Cups here. So he wants to apologize and say, well, you know, put that sword down, babe. You know, we can still build something here. We can do something long lasting. And what I like about this is, you know, sorry, new camera angle, they're totally together there, out in the public, with a family. You know, so I feel like for some for some divine feminines, there is a masculine coming in, but he's not meeting her with heated debates or anything. He's basically just offering an apology and her heart and his heart, and say, you know, I know I didn't do right by you, and I know that maybe the masculine even had to deal with someone dear to him passing, and he had to grieve for a while, because we do have endings here as well. And I also feel like if the divine masculine has been in a third party situation, or the feminine has been in a third party situation, you know, put it where it fits. I don't know who would be the single. I get the feeling that the feminine has been waiting and the masculine has been, you know, because he's got the Three of Pentacles. There's no third party situation here. There's no three on the feminine side. I feel it's more the masculine being in another relationship, and that's coming to an end, a tragic end. The passion has just died. It's just not there anymore. The chemistry is not there anymore, and that's why the masculine is coming to the realization, you know, that in hindsight maybe he should have chosen his feminine instead. But then again, you know, can't cry over spilt milk. Life takes its turns with us, and we just have to go with it, you know. It's about learning. Maybe the time wasn't right for it, because this divine, the wheel of destiny says it's a timing thing, that there's other toxic situations and toxic behavioral patterns that needed to take care of, and the divine feminine and masculine couldn't be together. They had to clear that out on their own. They couldn't do that together. They come together once they have taken care of their own baggage and their own toxic stuff in their life. Okay, so what does the feminine have to say to the masculine? Sorry, this reading is so long. I haven't done these for a while. What does the feminine have to tell her masculine? What does the feminine have to tell her masculine, please? These cards are a bit difficult to shuffle. Sorry, folks. Okay. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So I feel that's why the feminine is sitting with all this dark energy, you know, like the moon and the hanged man is, you know, it's kind of like maybe there was some anger and frustration towards the masculine for, you know, being absent. And it's to like accept, surrender, you know, and accept the situation for what it is. And I feel that it is because the feminine is surrendering that it is, and I feel like the feminine in some way, shape, or form could be releasing codependency in relationships, that she's learning to be independent and by herself, and not to, what we call it, blame her masculine for not being there for her. So there is positive change coming. This is a beautiful card. So I feel like the feminine is really, she knows the part that she plays in this. So what does the masculine have to tell his feminine? What does the masculine have to tell his feminine? He knows he buggered up a bit. He knows he didn't do right. Okay, so we've got this one here, and look, it's got a masculine face there too. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. I feel like this is what the masculine wants to say, especially with this King of Cups coming out. You know, that's Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. This is the masculine in its emotional maturity, okay? And I feel like if he could telepathically speak to his feminine, that this is what he would like to say. He also sees sacred union. So the masculine knows that he knows who his feminine is. It's not a secret anymore. He's gone through his patterns. He's learned his lessons. He's come to process all that he needed to process. And he's had many sleepless nights processing, you know, all the upheaval and wounds that his feminine had opened up for him to heal. And it says sacred union, honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. And that is what he's doing. He's honoring your connection now, whereas before he feels he couldn't because he didn't know even maybe what the connection was. It was just stressing him out because he didn't even know what it was. I'm doing some soulmate cards. Okay, what does the feminine have to say? A message from the feminine to a masculine, please. Surround yourself with nature and you will feel a great sense of well-being. Nature's healing energy is sensual and magical. It will awaken the sensual magic within you. And if I look at the Queen, like how the masculine perceives his queen to be as someone who is connected to nature. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. And this is what she's telling him, is to surround yourself with nature. So I can kind of see how the energy permeates, how they connect with each other through their thoughts, and telepathically how the energy is merging, between the two of them, because what the feminine is wanting to say to the masculine is already in his head because he's thinking of her. That's really cool. So, what does the masculine have to tell his feminine? So, these heart cards, by the way, is the Lover's Oracle cards. I hope I didn't repeat myself too much in this video. So, it's so long. 26 minutes, oh my goodness. Okay, what does the masculine have to tell his feminine? I just want one card. Or two, depending on how much he wants to say. Looks like there's one. One is fine. Life is forever changing in accordance with nature's divine will. He's talking about this wheel of fortune there. May we lovingly embrace life's changing seasons in the knowledge that all is as it should be and that love is all there is. I think the masculine is coming to a realization in his life, but when it comes to he may have valued other things, people, situations that he had chosen over his feminine, which had caused the separation between the two of you, whatever the situation. It could be a job, it could be family, it could be a mother figure. There's so many different variables when you do a general reading. But what I'm saying is the masculine is realizing now that after all is said and done, he knows what's important to him now, and he knows that his feminine makes a big difference in his life for the better. And that he is really, really, really in a mood to apologize, to step forward, to step up, to become the King of Wands, which is an action-taking person who likes to lead by example. And when it comes to who is present in this reading, I would say all the signs, all the signs. We have cups, we have air, we have wands, we have Gemini, we have, we've got all the suits here. Pentacles. So I'm not going to put any, we're talking about a Scorpio, we're talking about a Taurus or whatever. So whoever resonates with this reading, this is your reading. So I love reading for you. Please give me feedback. And I'm a bit rusty. Sorry about the long reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me feedback on the readings how you want me to improve. And I shall endeavor to bring readings that's deeply satisfying. Thank you for watching, everyone. I love reading for you. Have a super cool day. Bye.